Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, it's Wilson again, the old guy in the hat, doing my thing. Today we're answering some questions and diving deep into the strategies for winning at Baccarat. I'd like to cover some of the concepts I've been exploring and try to explain some of the math behind the game and share why I've shifted my betting approach over the years. So let's get started. First, the basic. Why Baccarat can be tricky. First, let's face it, the problem with Baccarat is that the payout is 1-for-1, or 50-50 odds. That's not a huge advantage for the player. If you're flat betting, you might as well hit the slots. At least there, a single win can sometimes pay hundreds to one. That will never happen in Baccarat. You bet $1 and you win $1. Half the time, that is. So if flat betting isn't the answer, and boy, I wish it was, so what is? That's where a solid betting system comes into play. A lot of Baccarat players get caught up in patterns, runs, and chops, but let's be clear, the next hand is always 50-50. Of previous hands has no bearing on the next hand. I love streaks, but they do backfire on me sometimes. Here's where the math gets interesting. Let's consider one of the very successful systems from Regal Castle called C2 Bet 4. Let's talk about the concept of 2 to the power of 4. Imagine you're betting on a sequence with 4 hands. Let's say, for example, Baker player, or whatever. For you to lose, the casino needs to get the exact opposite sequence of all 4 hands, right in the perfect time, in the perfect order with your 4 bets. There are 16 possible combinations at the 2 to the power of 4, but only one of those is the exact opposite to your sequence. That means the other 15 possibility outcomes of the 4 hands include at least one hand out of the 4 that will win for you. Sounds great, right? But here's the catch. When you win 1 unit. When you lose 16 units. That's why managing your bankroll and understanding the limitations of any system is critical. Regal Castle are the real experts on that one. Some of you might remember my old favorite betting pattern, Baker player, Baker player. I used to swear by it. But then a viewer named Dennis left a comment once that made me rethink everything. He said, if you really believe the next hand in Baccarat is always 50-50, why would you ever bet on Banker? It doesn't make any sense if you're thinking 50-50. And you know what? He had a point there. I started reviewing old shoes and noticed something interesting. About 90% of the hands in the shoe are bunched into singles, pairs, or triples. And let's have a look at a couple of shoes just to make the point. Notice how many of the hands up there are in the 1s, 2s, and 3s, waiting to make you a loser. Now let's see how many times it goes over 5. See how many places I could have started betting and would have won. That's too many. Let's look at how many places there are that if I started betting, I would have lost. But wait, that's not all. Next, we are using the bead row. So now it also has to line up with my starting point at the beginning of a column. I'm not done there yet. I'm only using every other column, so one of the bad spots has to line up there also. Damn, I'm being fussy, I know. This realization shifted my focus. Instead of sticking with Baker player, I've been betting mostly on player. And for you banker lovers, the same thing applies for using 6 Bakers. Now here's some more math for you number lovers out there. When we expand the concept to 2 to the power of 6, there are now 64 possible outcomes of the next 6 hands. That gives 63 possibilities in our favor and only 1 in the casino. Sounds promising, right? Of course, there's no guarantee. It's still gambling, but understanding the numbers gives you a huge edge. Let me share where I'm at now. I've been testing this system with Phil's money starting with $100. It's now sitting somewhere around $150. And if you've been following along, you've seen how I've been applying these concepts. Just a note here, I should mention, if you're curious about that C2 Bet 4 I was talking about and want to give it a try and try it live, head over to the regalcastle.com. They play live almost every day, and you can join right in and make the same bets right alongside them. It's a great way to learn and get feedback from a very helpful community. This has been my thoughts on this, guys. So take it with a grain of salt and check for yourself and think on it. Baccarat is a game of chance, but understanding the math and approaching it with a solid strategy and money management, it can make a big difference. Remember, no system is perfect. Anyone saying they can win every time is either making a big mistake or just plain lying. The key here is to stay disciplined, manage your bankroll, and just plain enjoy the game. If you have any questions or want to dive deeper, drop your ideas and or questions in the comments below, or just go and visit regalcastle.com. Thanks for watching here, guys. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and share your favorite strategies in the comments below. See you next time. So hey, clear as mud, right? Thank you for subscribing and helping out. Wilson here, over and out.